When Milagros returned, Imogen was absent, but the cave's call to Milagros had sharpened. Now she clearly heard what the braided voices said to her. "Welcome." She set off tentatively up the sand, shucked her flip-flops at the cave's entrance. Once she'd found a gap big enough to squeeze through, she hesitated. The cave smelled of guavas ripe to bursting. Its sand was smoother than a tamarind seed. A little overhang of rock required navigation, just ducking one's head, and then there was a small drop to a ledge, then another drop into a wide circle of sand. Milagros moved carefully. The voices continued their reception. Milagros's eyes adjusted. She slapped at attacking sandflies and mosquitoes. The scamps dive-bombed her calves and arms, and the sound of punished skin peppered the anteroom. She carefully lowered herself to the ledge, then down once more to the underground clearing. As she moved into the circle, the gloom lightened like an approaching dawn, and the sand's smoothness gave way to the crunch of sharp pebbles beneath her feet, or maybe broken chip-chip shells. She stepped gingerly, chided herself for leaving her flip-flops outside, for not having a torchlight, not donning insect repellent. The volume of the voices lifted, startling Milagros. "We are Mama Pinti." Milagros ducked into a crouch. "We are several, but we know the one voice that you seek." "Imogen?" Milagros asked. She awkwardly retreated while crouched. "We know who you seek," the clutch of voices said. "We know who you pursue." Milagros stood carefully. The mosquitoes had abandoned her. "Offer us oblation," said the voices, "and we will give her to you alone." Milagros's eyes fully adjusted to the murk. The crunch beneath her feet revealed itself to not be rocks or shells, but teeth, either surrendered or snatched, some yellow, some bright white, some small, some multifaceted, some sharp, some flatter. She covered her mouth, scrabbled backward, her hands extended behind her reaching for the ledge. She turned, tried to climb, but struggled to find purchase, to breathe. She finally managed to pull herself up to the first sledge, then the second, but stopped when the voices refined to a single thread and she heard her name. "Mila," said Grecia. "Mi corazón." Silence fell like a velvet cape. Her heart pulled in various directions, and Milagros's mind recalibrated entirely to Spanish, dismissing every jot of English she'd learned. "Mommy?" Although clear, her mother's voice held a hitch. Toward the cave's entrance, Milagros heard her mother call once more. Heart racing, she scampered forward and bumped her head against the low-hanging rock, briefly knocking herself into a daze.